Hello everyone and welcome to the 2016 Star Wars X-Wing World Championship Finals. I'm Zach.
And I'm Tim.
And on the left here we have Kevin from Minnesota representing the Rebel Alliance and Nand Torfs from Belgium representing Scum and Villainy. I'm going to break down Kevin's list really quick. We have Corin Horn, the ace pilot, ability to shoot twice in the same round and not shoot in the next round. He has pushed the limit so he can take an extra action for stress. R2-D2, when he takes a green maneuver, he gets a shield. Fire control system, after he shoots a target, he gets a target lock after that attack's over. And engine upgrade, which is going to let him boost and get into a better position. We also have Miranda Donnie here in the K-Wing, of course. Condernet, you drop the... Are those considered bombs, technically? You drop the bomb, and if you hit it, you suffer damage, ion tokens.
It's big.
It's a big net. It's a net. Sabine Wren, once per round when an enemy ship basically runs into a bomb, you're able to do an extra damage. Homing missiles, if you have a target lock, you can fire that missile. Your opponent can't spend evade tokens when they're defending against that ship. We have ion bombs. If you hit that, you're going to get two of those lovely ion tokens. Twin laser turret, 360 turret, range 2 to 3, 3 dice. If you hit, you do a damage at max and extra munitions, of course, allowing the Condernet, the homing missiles, and the ion bombs to be used twice.
And then what's Miranda's ability do?
Oh, and of course, yeah. Importantly, Miranda's ability, when she is attacking, she can choose to roll an extra or one less attack dice. Getting the extra dice costs a shield. Rolling one less attack dice means that she gains a shield. So,
and it's important that she can only do that once per round, either direction.
You can't do that on like both TLTs or so on and so forth. So, very strong list here. Ultimately, the macro level strategy with this is if your opponent doesn't get rid of a ship, you're going to recover your shields and be very hard to ultimately take down. So they need to fire fast.
It's a very tanky list.
And luckily, Nand is flying Dengaroo, so tell me about that.
So Dengaroo, also known as Dengar and Manaroo, the husband-wife couple, is a list that is very offensive. It's got Dengar, who is a pilot skill 9, whose ability says, once per round after defending, if the attacker is inside your firing arc, you may perform an attack against that ship. So it's just a free attack as long as they attack you.
That's a lot of attacks.
It's very good. He has Punishing 1 title, which costs 12 points for one upgrade.
That's like a TIE fighter.
It is a TIE fighter, and it gives him exactly 1 extra attack dice, which is very good with Dengar's ability. Then we have Zuckuss, which lets Dengar take any number of stress to choose choose the same amount of dice from the defender to reroll on defense. So let's say you roll 3 defense dice that are all evades. I can take 3 stress, make it reroll all 3.
Which can be pretty brutal.
It's a bonkers ability.
Yep.
Then we have Lone Wolf. As long as he is greater than range 2 away from any other friendly ships, he can reroll a blank on attack and defense.
That's strong.
It's very strong. He's got Glitter Stem, which says at the beginning of the combat phase he can discard it to take a stress, and then for the duration of the round, all of his focus results are automatically changed to a hit or an evade. It's his choice if he wants to. Generally, you want to. Then he has Countermeasures, which says also at the beginning of the combat phase, you can discard this card to increase your agility by 1 and then remove a target lock from yourself for the duration of the combat phase. And then he has the Overclocked R4, which says whenever you spend a focus token, you can take a stress to get a focus token back. So once every he gets a focus token, he can essentially have a permanent focus that round with just taking a bunch of stress.
Yep.
So Dengar is going to be stressed out before the end of this game is over. And then we have Manaroo, who says at the start of the combat phase, you may assign all focus, evade, and target lock tokens assigned to you to another friendly ship. And this is a global effect. It can go anywhere on the board. And what is interesting about this is she's going to be fueling the actions for Dengar. So she's going to take the focus and give them to Dengar, who is stressed out. She has Gonk, which has 2 actions on it. The first one is to put a shield on Gonk, and the second one is to put a shield from Gonk onto Manaroo. You cannot go above your normal shield value this way. She has Push the Limit, the same thing Corin Horn has, where she can take an extra action, which will give her a stress. Then she has the Seismic Torpedo, which is a new card that lets you essentially shoot a rock and blow it up. Then we have Feedback Array, which says instead of attacking, you can take a damage and an ion token to choose a ship at range 1 to take a damage. So you don't have to roll, you don't have to do anything, you just take a damage. This is very good against aces, like Suntir Fel or anything with no agility, it's hard to hit. Lots of agility. And then she has R5P8, which says after she defends, she can roll an attack die. On a hit, the attacker takes a damage. On a critical, the attacker and Manaroo take a damage. And then the final upgrade she has is Engine Upgrade, which will allow her to boost, which is deadly on a big ship.
And now I want to come back to the macro level strategy of this list really quick. We have some action happening on the board already. So Kevin has slammed with Miranda up the field, dropped a Connernet, and it looks like, so Nand is going, is that 4 forward? 5 forward?
4 forward. They don't have 5 forward, but.
So he is getting, this is an aggressive maneuver.
Yes.
He's going 4 forward, and I'm really curious to see how this shakes out.
And that's Dengaroo up top, right?
Yeah, it's Dengaroo, because it's the last ship to roll.
This makes sense.
All right, he is a barrel, and he might be able to get in range here of Miranda.
That would be insane, because Miranda slammed, which means she gets a weapons disabled token.
So she can't shoot
So
back.
she can't shoot this turn.
Which would be a really great way to recover shields.
Yes. So this is just a free attack from Nand if he can get it.
See the crowd here building, watching with anticipation. Quite a long tournament, really. 2 days of Swiss with a final day of Swiss and a cut. So we'll see if he's in range here. Both ships
Nand
have
just
moved.
moved the focus from Manaroo all the way over to Dengaroo. Oh, it's in range.
All right, so
got a
Dengaroo
shot coming.
gets a free shot.
3 dice against one
So,
ability
and
is
you know,
pretty good.
even if Miranda hadn't, like if she just where she was without slamming, shooting means that Dengaroo can shoot back
Yes.
because she's in his arc.
Correct.
So I don't know that she would anyway. But we'll see what happens here. Nand rolling 1 focus. Gonna use Lone Wolf.
Yeah. So that's
Got
a
a crit.
And then he's probably going to focus.
Because he can't
To
be
hit
attacked,
crit? Yeah.
so there's no reason not to. All right, we have a hit
So
crit
hit
here
crit.
from Nan on the first. This is turn 1.
Turn 1.
And this is only possible because Kevin slammed really far up the board. He did a 3 bank.
It also helps that Dengaroo did a 4 forward with a big base and then barrel rolled forward.
Yeah, but if Miranda hadn't
Then there would not
been
combat
as
would not be in
aggressive,
range, yeah.
there'd be no combat happening. All right, so going back while maneuvers are happening here, macro level strategy. So what you'll see is Manaroo is going to kind of skirt around the outside of the board.
She doesn't want to die.
No, she wants to just feed Dengaroo tokens. Dengaroo has Glitter Stem, and he has like countermeasures to last as long as possible, right? The extra agility, the turn of the focus. So even if you get a couple range 1 ships, he's built to survive that.
Yes.
Then once you do finally take him out, he's packed Manaroo with feedback array, and R5P8, which means he can finish ships. Like if you get an ace almost gone and you're down to Manaroo, this Manaroo can actually win that fight.
She can take it home.
Conversely, Kevin's whole list is built to last. He's trying to get you to do a couple damage to one of his ships, slam out of the way with Miranda so you can't shoot her anymore.
Speaking of getting out of the way with Miranda,
He slammed again.
I just want to point, this is turn 2.
This is turn 2.
And he started in the top corner.
Yeah, and Miranda is all the way down on this side of the board.
It's crazy.
So I'm actually curious if instead of slamming, if Kevin had dropped another Connernet, it really makes it almost
real clunky up
impossible
there.
for Dengaroo to get through without hitting one of these things. And just so we're aware, Kevin's list, if he gets you ioned, he can almost just get you off the board.
It's
from
pretty
anywhere.
gross. That was a tight turn. Whew.
Was that a 2 or a 3?
It was a 2. Pretty sure.
Yeah, it looks like a 2. So Dengaroo turning here, and I'll be curious to see what he does.
He's barrel rolling.
He's going to try to barrel roll, which if he can fit is going to be great because he'll be able to move right past that Connernet, which is where the other Connernet would have been had he dropped it.
I also imagine he would not be taking this maneuver if it was
Absolutely, he'd be going the other direction if possible. I don't know if the other direction is possible.
Boom.
He fits. So he's going to be able to position
Fits
forward
the
a little
chips.
bit, and I will also be... Do you think he can shoot Corin here? It's right down the line.
I don't think so. It looks like it's just out to me. If it's in, that's insane.
From this angle, it's really difficult to tell because of the slant, but we'll see.
Now, what's crazy is
Manaroo's
if he could
passing
shoot
the
Manaroo, or
tokens
shoot Miranda.
If he can, yeah.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, because against Kevin's list, you do not want to divide fire.
No. Yeah, it looks like it's out. Yeah, out. So no shots fired this round.
That's really good for Kevin because he slammed with Miranda, so he's not going to recover shields. And really, the question for me at this point with Dengaroo where he's at, Kevin's going to have to determine, is Corin turning in or not?
I mean...
And here goes Manaroo just skirting along the outside of the board.
Just playing down there. I think that as Nand, if Corran doesn't turn in, you're perfectly fine with the same maneuver that you are if he does turn in.
You don't care.
Yeah.
I do think if he does turn in, though, you potentially have a barrel roll to the left of the screen to get out of his arc completely. Like if he goes like forward instead of like being aggressive.
Yes.
So Kevin here, right, is turning 3 left turn, and as long as Nand didn't turn up the board to try to trace Miranda, he's going to be in a really.
But I imagine that Dengaroo did like a 2 forward.
Miranda here, just doing 2 bank. I'm kind of
relaxing.
surprised. So if Dengar does just go forward and barrel rolls to the left, Manaroo is out of range. Mm-hmm. So a turn there.
Yeah, Miranda.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, Miranda's out of range. Miranda, Manaroo, it's all similar.
Manaroo.
Manaroo.
There we go. Three forward.
So this is going to be a questionable barrel roll.
No, I think he's
it's
got
there.
it by a
It's
mile,
there.
if he wants it.
Now, will he be out of arc? That was the question.
He'll definitely be out of it. With a barrel roll? That arc's going
Yeah,
right
yeah,
at the side of his
totally,
thing right
totally.
now.
Angles are weird, guys. Geometry.
And you'll notice here Kevin has some beautiful tokens on the board. Those are from the squad tokens, which we happen to make. If you haven't checked out our squad tokens and templates, do that. We have faction-themed template sets and token sets, as well as the Academy templates and tokens, which are a little more standard/generic. And check them out. We'd appreciate it.
They're a way to increase your win percentage.
Yeah, no, not exactly, but I enjoy them.
So this is crazy. Is that range 1, you think?
If it is, it's real bad news for Corran. I mean, not real bad, but pretty bad.
It's not what you want.
Just a free range 1 shot from Dengar. Although, Kevin's list really could possibly not care about this. It's like, if you just do 1 or 2 damage...
It's range 2.
He just does a green, recovers a shield. You have to do... But that's what range 1 is important. He's got a 5-die range 1 attack here. Here we go.
It's range 2.
All right, good. Good for...
So he's going to focus that, I assume, for 3 hits.
4 dice, by the way. Yes, 3 hits. So Kevin here has a focus and evade. He really needs to roll at least a focus or an evade.
He ideally wants to evade 2 of these.
So he gets 2. And the thing here is Zuckuss. Yes.
I forgot about Zuckuss for a minute.
Yeah, so if he rolls a focus or an evade, he'll take a damage and he can recover it with a shield, right?
Yeah.
So he's getting to reroll here with Zuckuss, 2 stress on Dengar.
Blanks.
And that is the power of Zuckuss.
Spinning the evade token, so he's only taking 2.
But still, that Zuckuss allows that to even be possible, which is crazy town.
As we all know, green dice are, in fact, worse than red dice.
And I really love, so Nand, you don't see this every game with Dengaroo. Dengar just booking it up the field.
It's very aggressive.
And that is potentially going to pay big dividends here against Kevin. And if you look at the maneuver, see, Manaroo is just going to keep flying around, whatever.
Just taking the focus.
Dengar here, if you think about Corran's options, if he does a green maneuver to recover a shield, he's not getting shots.
Yeah.
He's just not going to get it.
Yeah.
Sloop Town is looking pretty good for old Dengar here. But it kind of in a rough position, and Miranda's just floating out in
dirtling
space,
out
man.
there. It is, yeah, it's just heavily slanted in Nand's favor right now, I think. It's just that the position is so, I love it. And slam. So what do you think's going on in his mind right now?
I think he thinks he can keep Corran alive.
Okay.
He can keep Dengar chasing Corran. And like on this next turn, he can kind of turn in with Miranda. Let's see what maneuver he does here. Gonna 2 bank.
So if Nand slooped here.
See, I actually wonder if Kevin is just straight up going after Manaroo. Like this next turn, he can just book it with Corran. And Miranda can 3 and 3, right? 3 bank twice.
Yeah. And
really move up to the field.
That's fair. That's completely fair. I think that generally that's the correct strategy against Dengaroo.
You either have to go all in against Dengar and get him gone quickly. Looks like we're hitting a rock here.
He don't care.
No. That's really one of the most powerful parts about this list is you can abuse Zuckuss with the stress because you're getting the free actions from Manaroo. That does limit you from doing like a barrel roll with Dengar once you're stressed out. Mm-hmm. You can hit rocks. You just don't care. Once you're stressed, you're just going to go to the 9s on Zuckuss to just do as much damage as possible. But that's what Dengar does.
Yeah.
He's just trying to kill you.
So blank on the rock roll, which is what you want as Nand.
Yeah, it's okay.
He's passing the focus over to Dengar, and then we are going to have a range 1 shot in Corran,
which is
unreciprocated.
And it's range 1 with a focus in Lone Wolf.
Yes.
It's a very strong.
And Zuckuss.
And Zuckuss on the defense. So Kevin here recovered a shield. Really, oh man.
Oh. Don't need those Zuckuss or the Lone Wolves here.
Dims the beats. So 3 damage and a critical. Now this could kill Corran. He has an evade token. So at worst he's taking 2 hits and a crit. Alright, he's going to reroll the focus and the evade. See what we get. And blank. Oh man. Alright, so he's going to spend the evade token. Hit, crit. Which is danger territory.
If this is double damage, he's just dead.
Let's see what we get. Direct hit.
Oh
my lord.
Oh,
that is awful.
That is not what you want in the morning.
Effectively half of Kevin's list got taken off the board.
Just wiped.
Without a single attack.
2 attacks. 2 attacks killed him. That's insane.
And that is the power of Zuckuss, just so we're clear. Zuckuss is one of the best crew
in the game.
Hands
down. 630.
Nice joke. All right, well, this is rough apples for Kevin, and it's just been incredible play from Nand. I think he's done everything absolutely correct.
100% correct.
And, looking at Kevin's opening where he dropped the Connet, ended up not mattering. He got free shots on Miranda for nothing in exchange. I actually watched Kevin in the game just before this, in the top 4, which we'll also be posting. But he flew so brilliantly. And I'm just not sure.
Tell me more.
Watch that game, because this is not how his game plan worked out last time. Obviously, he's in the finals. But really unfortunate here. We'll see if he can make his way. I think Miranda can.
That's what I was about to say.
That's
I think
what's crazy
that if
about
a ship
list.
can do it, it's either of Kevin's ships.
And here's the crazy part about his list and why he got so far. If he was able to get one round of shooting with Corran against Dengar and do a couple damage, 3, 4 damage, I don't think the odds are super against him right now.
No.
And also, if Miranda had been in range during those rounds as well,
then life is better.
As the one Corran tap,
I
think you have a Dengar here with a couple health left.
I agree completely.
And once Dengar's off the board, I think Miranda wins that fight.
I think that she doesn't necessarily just auto win, but it's definitely a match. Yeah, I think it's really in her favor, Miranda's favor.
Just that ability to TLT, recover a shield on 1,
is
potentially
insane.
do 2 damage to Manaroo.
Yeah. Especially because Manaroo is only 2 defense dice.
Yeah. And unfortunately, just because of the way Kevin opened, there really wasn't many options for him to do something different than he ended up doing.
Yeah.
Like turning in there with Corran isn't necessarily wrong, but then Dengar just barrel rolls out. And Miranda's nowhere in sight. So this is rough. This is definitely in Nand's favor at this point. So I'll be curious to see how Kevin attempts to wiggle his way out.
Rally.
Yeah. And he can do it.
I have seen
especially with the right
crazier
rounds.
things. Yes. Just turn it in. No combat this round. Just a building round.
I think we're going back to dials.
Would be a good name for the podcast.
It would be a good name. All right, getting the token because it feels good.
Look good, feel good. As Marky Mark always says.
Who?
Marky Mark in the Funky Bunch.
No idea. Mark Wahlberg?
Mark Wahlberg.
All right. Now, Dengar here being a wildcat.
He's just facing that continent. What he wants to do here is get rid of it.
Yeah.
Because he knows that this is the thing that,
how he can lose.
This is one of the ways he can. This is just a way to get a ship off of the board.
Shaking his hand there, just wanting to get this exactly right. So, actually, if he hits the Connet here and gets Ion, this could be really bad for him.
But he doesn't.
Yeah. Now, the nice thing about the nice thing about where Manaroo is, she could effectively turn, barrel roll, and block so that Dengar doesn't fly off.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't hit it, now I think he's got the best out possible.
He can just sleep over it.
He can sleep through it, blows up, and then he's facing the correct direction so he can't get flown off the board.
Yeah, no, that seems smart.
And I think that's another thing about this list of Kevin's, which is it's such a genius list. Positionally, it's very hard to play against it because you don't want to be range 1 of Corran. You don't want to at all. You don't want Corran and Miranda to be able to shoot you on the same turn.
No.
You have to track one of them down and kill them. But you also can't be in a spot where a maneuver could send you off the board.
Life gets bad if you lose your ship.
So there's just all these things you have to balance when you're playing against Kevin's list. And again, like I said in the top cut, he flew it masterfully all the way to here. And there's so many even incredible top 16 world opponents that couldn't quite balance it. Checking the boost there.
Didn't fit. Yeah, it's worth noting as well that these guys have been playing X-Wing nonstop for
a while.
3 days.
Yeah.
That is a feat of
especially so you're making the finals, right? You have to win. To get to this point, you had to win 3 games in the cut against some of the best players in the world. It's taxing.
It is the tax man. Turning to the right.
It's an interesting thing here because and then going the other direction.
I'm so confused, Zach. What is he trying to do?
I don't know. I'm confused. Because, obviously Dengar here is going to hit the net, probably going to sloop. if I was guessing.
Yeah, taking the damage.
And I feel like this is the turn. I guess even if you go the other direction, Dengar is going to be able to shoot you with his primary. And also, if you shoot him, he'll shoot you with his primary again.
Sure, but I feel like just sleeping towards the top left corner.
And also,
not sleeping,
just
but
so we're aware, Sabine, really, like 2 damage there, right?
Yeah.
So again, if in the earlier turns, Kevin could have gotten a couple damage in with Corran,
it's
1
way
or 2
better.
damage in with Miranda, I think he's in an incredibly good spot. And,
But alas,
here
here we
How
are.
that went.
That's not how it went. It was close, but not close enough.
Yeah.
Manaroo just chilling. She's literally just been like around the sides of the board, taking focus.
She's almost made a full lap.
She's going for the world record.
That's what I'm going to start doing in my games.
Take laps?
I'm going to have one ship that's just lapping.
I'm literally flying circles around you.
Literally. All right. We'll see if Manaroo can get it done. Or not Manaroo, Miranda. I keep calling them the same thing. Miranda can get it done.
It's very easy with weird M names.
So if I'm Kevin, I'm trying to think about the optimal way to approach this situation. And I honestly think the best thing you could do is put bombs in places that are bad. Like bad for your opponent. So that if they hit them, they're just taking 2 damage.
Yeah.
He needs a couple bombs to fire.
The problem with that is
And he also really...
that if Nand is a good pilot, he can ideally, when there's only 1 ship left on the board,
Yeah.
maneuver and expect them.
Yeah.
Especially with the ion bombs that detonate at the end of the activation phase. At least the coordinates stay on the table.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a bummer.
So we're just flying around right now. This is a game of positioning.
Yeah, I'm not sure what...
Kevin, I think, is just searching for the right opportunity to actually get in there. But I don't know what that looks like. I haven't flown enough K-Wings to know that, but...
K-Wings are good. Dengar slowly coming back from his mountain of stress.
The amount of times that I've played this list and I'm just like, yeah, he's stressed. Let's just say that.
It's just, especially with Zuckuss, just don't allow your opponent to roll evades. It's a bummer.
Zuckuss is the money card of this list, I think. It's the thing that really tied the entirety of the list together.
I remember running Zuckuss on
Mist Hunter.
Mist Hunter.
Remember that first game you played against Smash where we got that wave?
That seems good.
Yeah, I was like, that can't be how that works. And then it was.
Yeah. All right, back to dials. Here we go. I think we're going to see some action here.
I think you're right. Manaroo just
It's crazy to me that
getting out of there.
Kevin has not fired a shot.
Not one. It's also crazy to me how well Nand has flown Manaroo.
Yeah.
He's just like, yeah, I'm not going to give you a shot at Manaroo.
Never taken it.
You can't have it.
Yeah.
No.
Just not doing it.
That's literally what he's been doing. It's like, oh, you finally got turned around to where you think I'm going to go. Nope. Turn left. Boost.
Yeah.
Focus.
All right, Miranda focusing here. Let's see what old Dengar does. Yep.
So there might be shots this round.
There will be.
There will be blood.
Dengar is at least shooting.
Is he going to barrel roll?
Maybe. Barrel would be solid. Get that range 1 going.
Is that range 1, you think?
You turn TLT off.
Would that barrel roll into range 1?
Yeah.
Oh, he can't. He's stressed.
There it is. I always forget that.
Yeah, it's so easy to
You just
forget.
assume Dengar is like God mode. He can do whatever he wants. All right, here we go. Range 2. Dengar to Miranda. Oof.
Oh,
He's been on fire. Gonna take...
focusing, taking the stress to keep the focus.
Yep, so 3 damage. See if Kevin can do anything.
And
May as well take the stress, you know what I mean?
yeah. In this specific instance, I think that's definitely the case. Because you're going to get shots coming back at you. And the only way you're going to lose this game at this point is if...
Miranda keeps recovering shields and doing damage.
Yeah, and she can't do both as easily.
All
to give
right,
focus.
shields down.
And then Miranda gaining a shield.
Reducing the first shot. 1 hit.
1 hit.
1
evade.
evade. Going round 2. 1 hit. Focus for 2.
So 1
wolf.
damage.
1 wolf.
Oh. So
Still
1 damage.
Blackie. All right. Dengar.
It's only got 6 health left now, right?
Think so? And that's the... Man.
That's the story of the rest of this game, is he has to be favorable on all of those.
Yeah.
Which is going to be tough.
He has to win every exchange from here on out.
Which is possible. There are dice involved. There are mistakes that can be made.
But even with all that, and that's what I love about his...
I think that there could be a really good Connor net this turn.
Sure.
Potentially. Depending on what Dengar does.
I think there should be. We'll see what Kevin does here. I would do like a big bank, 3 bank. 2 turn. That is not what I expected. Maybe that's the point.
Is he trying to get a range one?
I doubt it. I think he's trying to stay out of primary on Dengar.
That's fair as well.
But there's so many things Dengar can do here.
Like a 1 right turn?
Or a sloop. 1 right turn, that's bad news bears.
Not only is he an arc.
He's a range 1 arc.
Now here's the thing though. I think that one of your outs in this game as Kevin is to get a range 1 and remove a shield to get 4 attack dice in 1 actual shot.
And just unload on him.
And just actually get some shots through.
Well, and I think that's the magic of Miranda, right?
Yes, she has that option.
If you can get opponents down to that level. All right, Dengar here, range 1. Pretty good. Lone Wolf's going to give him a chance
and
for
he's
4.
Gonna focus.
Got
4
it.
hits.
Woo.
That's gross. I mean, it's great.
And you can see why this list is here. It's so consistent.
It is one of the most consistent lists in the game.
Miranda rolling 1.
He's going to take a stress to make him reroll that, I'm sure.
Didn't let him spend the focus, which isn't wrong.
And, like, if you're Kevin, can you attack here?
No. And he's just so out of position.
And then Dengar can just sloop to the left, and then he's in arc again. It's just so brutal. The white sloop is what really makes this list as gross as it is.
All right, and Kevin is conceding here. Wow, congratulations to both these players for making it this far.
Wonderful players.
Incredible job, Nand. That was a beautiful execution of what this list does best. Thank you guys all so much for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure. We have a ton of content coming for Star Wars X-Wing, so stay tuned. And again, if you haven't checked out our squad tokens and templates, be sure to do that. We'll catch you guys on more X-Wing. Stay tuned. Thank you so much.
See you guys.